Right then, doing another episode of Me versus AI. Now, what I want to show you on this is how I've actually made a 3D model of a Cyclops. And what I did was I wanted to see if something like Meshy AI could do a better job. Now, as you can see, here's my model. I'll full screen it so we can get a good look. I think, considering that I'm quite a beginner to doing this kind of sculpting, like I've never really done full physical models before now, only really like maybe heads and buildings and things like that. So here's my Cyclops. It's got eye in the middle. um, Went for more of like one of those weird bat noses, got it open mouth, and I'm not great at ears yet, but decided to give it some big, almost Ferengi style ears. Then I tried to follow musculature as best as I could. Not great at fingers, but you know what? I've got something vaguely resembling a hand there. Um, Leg muscles, quite proud of that ass. I think that's a very nice ass. Gave it a loincloth, a couple pair of boots, and you know what? I think for the first time I've ever done a full model, I'm actually quite proud of myself on that one. Okay, so then what I did is I wanted to see if Meshy could give me a rendering of it. So let's take, for example, my first prompt was actually create a Cyclops that is well muscled, have bat style ears, wearing a loincloth, and it came up with this. Now, personally, aside from the fact that these all have two eyes, they're far more Minotaur than actual Cyclops to my mind. But I thought let's have a look properly when I render it. And as a Minotaur, I think it's actually quite good looking, to be quite honest. It's got some good muscles on it. I think in places, you can see where it's not perfectly blended, but you know what? It gets a pass as far as quality, but it isn't what I wanted. So I asked to generate again. This time I actually changed it to a one-eyed giant to see if I could get something more concise. It's got more of a goblin look this time, and the other thing is it's still not really a Cyclops. It is simply either blind in one of its eyes or it's got two functional eyes. So again, it's not really what I wanted. Also, it's not well muscled, it's fat. And again, that's not what I asked for. Then moving up here, I actually decided, well, what if I actually gave it my image directly? So what if I gave it my 3D model? Could it actually give it me a bit better? Now, there are certain things that personally I think look better in a lot of ways. The musculature in some places is better defined and more proportionate. It's tidied up the belt and the loincloth a bit, and it's done a good effort on the shoes. Although it's using my original model, so yeah, you know what, it's a bit off in places. Problem is, again, it struggled to understand the idea of a Cyclops with a single eye, and what it's kind of done is it's took the nose to be more like the eyes, and then it's tried to blend them together with the actual eye itself. But I was thinking to myself, actually, if I downloaded this model, could I use my sculpting skills to maybe fix the face? And maybe that's something I'll try one time. Again, the ears are like a weird, clumpy, solid mass, but you know what? I think it's kind of swings and roundabouts. You could pull this up very quickly, and if you have the skills at sculpting, you could fix the problems with it. Anyway, so there we go. That is me versus Meshy. Tell me what you think, and well, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the one that I've spent a very long time sculpting myself, or the attempts made by Meshy and generated by AI? um, to generate kind of what I want in some cases, but not quite.